Anybody recalls me mentioning a vibration and asking what it was, it turns out that my cover has now got two broken tabs, one there and one there. Well, the back one I've been fastening down, but this front one I haven't. That is where the vibration was coming from, so I don't need to know the answer to that anymore. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I've taken that cover off. I'm taking off the intercooler, which is coming off next. But it's loose. That is just a case of moving these clips back with a big pair of pliers, undoing the 4 bolts, and then it just lifts off. I'll take this bracket off. Right, what's next? Plastic cover, 10mm. I've got some fixing to do. The other stud is pulling out the head, so I need to re-helicoil that. I also need to helicoil one of the corners, which I shall figure out when I take these off. Going to need a 10mm spanner for this back one. I'll take that cable out of the way, and this hose. But this should just come off. There we go. Now the sponge. Just take the pipe out, take the rocker off. The one thing everybody should be buying is a 27mm open-ended spanner for this pipe alone. I mean, you can get a flare nut if you want, but you just need an open-ender really. So I've cleaned up the rocker cover. Now I'm cleaning up the head, getting rid of all the old RTV. Once I've done this, I didn't think you'd want to see me just scraping off RTV out of the head rocker cover, so I haven't filmed it. I'm going to get rid of all this red RTV, and then I'm going to be using black RTV. Apparently, I didn't know this until recently, but this is thanks to Project Farm. Apparently red RTV is for high temperature. Black RTV is for oil. And this might be why we're leaking all the time. And this does say it is oil resistant, but it doesn't say it's oil proof. Now the stuff I've got to replace it is for rocker covers and specifically for oil areas. So hopefully it will be all good. Anyway, I'm sure you don't want to see me taking off RTV, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here for a bit, and I'll bring you back when I've got all this RTV off. Well, you can see how far I've got, and you'll be pleased I didn't film it because there was a lot of swearing and a lot of angst and a lot of annoyance. Cut my finger open. I've had a lot of problems. I've dropped things down the back and all sorts, so I've been swearing a lot and shouting a lot and doing a lot of grumpery stuff. But anyway, it's all back together. So I'm going to put these back on. I'm going to put the pipe back on at the back, put these ends in, and then we're away. So I'll let you watch this. A bit more interesting than watching me peel RTV off, that's for certain. I probably should have washers on them all really, but I'm going to put washers on. Oh, it's a bigger diameter than the other, but it'll do. I think I've got them on the wrong way around. Now I can put this back on for the 15th time, if it'll reach, if I haven't trapped it, that is. Alright, so what I'm doing now, I connected those and these together and they came apart, so that didn't work. So what I'm trying to do now is do something different. That's blue. That's silver. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just putting the intercooler back on. I'm trying to anyway. Just get the bolts in and then get the clamps on. 12mm bolts. Once one of them's lined up, but generally all lined up. And today's no difference. Okay, next job is put the pipe clamps in place, because there's a lot of pressure goes through this, so they have to be pretty heavy duty clamps, and they've got to be right on the end. And if you stick it up like that, it won't work. It has to be around there, maybe a bit further, like so. And this one's no different. No, you probably can't see this one. I promise if it slips off and traps my fingers and I shout and swear, I'll cut it out of the video. And it's looking like it might do at the moment. No, we're all good. Okay. So, what have we got now? Intercooler's back on. I've done this a bit differently. Intake pipe's back on. We need to put the cover back on the top, put some zip ties on it, stop it vibrating, and then I need to get a new one of these really, if I can find one. If not, I'll just keep zip tying it. Okay, I'll put two of them on and I'll do the other two. So what you have to do is, once this is on, because there's only two of them clamping it down, I can't even get that. Hit it with something. Now you think, that's fairly stiff, it won't vibrate, but it will. So you stick the zip tie through there, you try and grab it at the bottom, bring it round and back up like so. Then you put this one on it, and then you zip tie, you pull this one tight like that. Now if you've got a long zip tie, that works fine, but I don't, so I have to put two together. So I'll just get another two. bit of a disaster over here. Alright, so this one goes down there and comes out of the bottom and then goes round here to this one. Like so. And we chip that off, snip that off, and then that bottom piece like that. Then now then, I think we're done. We're going to have to put a bit more coolant in because we lost a little bit out of that pipe, but I'll do that now while you're watching. Well, in theory we shouldn't have to, but we probably will. I might just clear these tools up before I go for the coolant. Okay, a bit of coolant. So I didn't need much.